Greetings, everybody. This is Lumination with another episode of ASTROBABBLE. So we've been working on some notes here, and I'm just doing all this live because I do this anyway. So these are the notes coming up right now. We're going to do, hold on, let's try and be a little more professional here. Tarot Lumination. And this is your report for, let's just call it for the full moon, July 8th, 9th, depending on where you are, 2017. Okay, so it's going to be a Capricorn moon, and it's going to be the Cancerian sun, okay? So we're going to, you know what, let's okay, so this is where we are right now, okay? Tarot Illumination, full moon, July 8th, 9th, 2017. We're just going to talk about it a little bit. I'm trying to be really serious here, you know, like, you know, being professional. So this is what's going on. You know what? Let's do the doodle first. Let's make a big fat doodle first of all. Excuse me. Okay, let's just start. Okay, here we go. This is just your average pie chart for astrology with Aries on the ascendant. Like it's a universal chart, so it doesn't matter who you are. This is just kind of generic energy. We've got the big fat freaking T-square going on here, here, here. This is between Pluto in Capricorn. I think it's around 17 or 18 degrees, somewhere in there. And we're going to have the full moon in Capricorn, also at 17 degrees. And that just happens to be, guess what? Opposite the sun, but also opposite Mars. And, oh God, this is going to get ugly. Watch. See, I'm trying to put two squiggles in there. Here's the sun in Cancer down here. Here's good old Mars in Cancer over here, stirring the pot, let's just say. Okay, are you with me so far? Hold on, let me get some fancy colors. Hold on, wait. There's Jupiter in Libra over there, I think around 14 degrees. Stay there, don't move, don't move. Let's do this. T square, okay, one of these and one of these. So you might recognize this from earlier videos. This is that big fat cardinal T-square that's been going on for months, and it's still here, but this time it's really, really right on it. The angles and the numbers and the degrees are very, very tight, okay, in those kind of degrees. So let me just put a note. Full moon, July 8th, 9th-ish, 2017, depending where you are. Tarot Illumination, blah, blah, blah. So this is what it looks like. This is what everybody's going to be dealing with. Okay, so we've talked about this energy before. It's very, very profoundly felt in the area of relationships, specifically how it affects you in the home, the foundations of your life, how you feel about your life, how you conduct your life at the foundations, no matter where you are, no matter where this dynamic ends up in your chart. And simultaneously, the energy expresses itself in almost diametrically opposing manners over here in the Capricorn energy where Pluto and the moon are out on the full moon. So you've got some very, very powerful opposing energies here. Look at this. You've got Mars opposing Pluto. That's war. Okay, that's out and out war. Unless you can figure out a way to decompress, depersonalize yourself so that you don't take all this energy personally, and you can actually use this as very, very inspiring energy about how to take charge of the way you feel and the way you conduct yourself in your home, in your place of sense of safety and security and wanting stability and comforts in your life, as opposed to what's going on in the big bad outside world, which could appear to be very, very shocking, very, very disruptive. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there on the planet. And it's, global corporations, terrorism, all that horrific stuff, war, war, war. But that's out there, okay? But it does affect us at home, one way or another. Also, with all this Pluto energy up here being lit up by the moon, a lot of the shadowy aspects of Pluto energy are going to be really exposed, like what's not working with big corporations, big institutions, big government, big banks, big organizations that run everything. A lot about what's not working is going to be very exposed because it's going to be felt in how it's not working at home. And because all of this is hard squared, okay, those are the oppositions, these are the squares, because all of this is hard squared to itself, with Jupiter over here in Libra, around 14, in the sign of Libra, the sign of harmony, balance, and relationships, and being considerate of the other, that's a real problem. We have a real problem here, people. How are you personally going to conduct yourself, your life, your world, in a way that is respectful of other individuals? Okay, we have to add it here. There's that big fat Uranus, Uranus in Aries over here. So there's a bit of a kind of a grand square being triggered as well, which makes it even potentially more challenging for people, where the big challenge is, how do you conduct yourself authentically as your own unique self, okay? At the same time, allowing for others to be their unique selves in a way that is harmonious and balanced, in such a way that allows for these highly potentially very conflicting energies here at the full moon, where you're going to feel it at home in your sense of, like, deeply buried in your feelings about how the relationship dynamics are playing out, and also how that's going to affect you in the outside world. What are you doing in the outside world that is really significant and important, and how does that affect you at home? What are you doing at home that is very, very assertive and very lit up right now and important for you at home that is having an impact on the outside world? And how do these dynamics play out in the context of deeply personal relationships? So you're going to really feel it, the sense of conflict and opposition and having to find a balance point. You're going to feel it in the context of your deepest relationships, and it's all going to become quite evident around this full moon time. It's like, oh my God, wow, I didn't know you were that way, really? I didn't know you thought that way about business and politics. Well, oh, I didn't know how you thought that way about how things should be at home. We have a problem. Well, let's sort it out. Let's have a healthy conversation. Anyway, that's the big news about the full moon, okay? And it's going to hit everybody. So this is like the universal chart with Aries on the horizon. But if you are like a Taurus, okay, it's going to look like this. If you are a Gemini, it's going to look like this. Sorry, let me just do this. Okay, there's little Taurus. Then there's Gemini, okay? And we got Cancer over here. We got Leo over here. We got Virgo over here. We got Libra over here. We got Scorpio over here. Sag is up here. We'll have to talk about Sag in a minute. Don't worry, we got to come back. There's more to talk about. We got Capricorn. We got Aquarius. And we got Pisces over here. So doing the round table thing again, like, so there's your Aries thing. There's what it looks like if you're a Taurus. Here's what it looks like if you're a Gemini. Here's what it looks like if you're a Cancerian. Okay, you guys, Cancerians, you're really going to feel it in the context of yourself, in contrast with deeply, profoundly important private, personal relationships, especially at how it affects you at home and how that affects you in the workplace, in your place in the world. So Cancerians, you're going to feel it, okay? Arians somewhat as well because of the opposition here. Let's go back. So Leos, you're going to feel it as though it's right here. You're going to feel it in the 12th house and the 6th house. Virgos, you're going to feel it over here and here and here. I'm not going to, this is not an astrology channel, by the way, so I'm not going to go into great detail. I just wanted to give you an impression what it would look like on your chart if you were doing astrology readings with people, okay? And so Virgo, this is what it would look like for you. And Libra, this is what it would look like for you. Can you see how this is impacting you very, very personally? You are one of the cardinal signs. You're going to feel this full moon very strongly, especially in the home and the outer world. So next we go over to Scorpio. You might get off easier than anyone else in the whole chart right now, because the Cancerian energy and the Capricorn energy is actually kind of supportive for you and comfortable. Sag, this is how it's going to look for you guys. And Capricorn, yeah, you're going to really feel it because you're one of the cardinals. You're feeling it right on the hard angles. Here, 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 and here. You're going to feel it in your very most significant relationships and how they impact you. And you're going to feel it in your career. How are you going to find a balance in the career, especially how the relationships are conducted between self and significant others in the career environment. Aquarians over here, sort of like in the 12th house type energy, 11th, and Pisces over here, okay, and then Aries over here. So this is, in other words, whatever your sign is, this red thing is here regardless, and it's just a question of where it lands on your particular hotspots. Okay, so I'm trying to make it sound, well, it is actually kind of scary. It's really, really tough, challenging energy, but you guys can handle it because, guess what? We do have this big fat fire trine. It is ongoing. Let's just doodle it in here. I'm trying not to make too much of a mess so I don't confuse everybody. But this would be very harmonious. This is blue color, by the way. So this is sort of like compensating, at least giving a sense of inspiration and breath and fresh air. The Saturn, because Saturn, because this is a Capricorn full moon, Saturn energy is very dominant. Saturn is in Sagittarius right now, so you're going to feel that. The Saturn energy is very, very stabilizing for all of us on the planet in ways that help us become our individual selves, truly uniquely ourselves as we evolve towards our Leo North Node. So the hint here right now is for viewers to watch the Tarot Lumination North Node in Leo playlist, because it's very important. It's going to last for another year, or actually more than that, almost a year and a half. It's where we get to shine bright, be our true selves. Let's see, there's other stuff going on. Let me go back to the notes here. I just wanted to cover the basics, and I have to kind of go into detail. Oh yeah, look at the Mars-Pluto opposition. So how are you going to use that? How are you going to use that energy? Like, are you going to use it for aggression and self-aggrandizement, or are you going to use it to inspire and lead? Okay, so just, Mars in Cancer is not very happy there. Mars likes to be in fire signs and air signs. Let me keep going. Oh God, yeah, with the moon over here in Pluto, you are going to feel it. It's like you might feel like really deep, deep rumblings about what's happening in my world in this part of your chart. Wherever this is, Capricorn 17 degrees, that's where you're going to feel it. And everybody has Capricorn 17 degrees somewhere. Okay, so you're going to feel it there. You might feel these really profound, deep rumblings about what the heck is going on in that part of my life. Because I'm really, really kind of like almost disturbed, because you can feel like pressure from the outside. Okay, let's have a look. There's, like for example, if things aren't going well for you, you might feel very, very scared under these conditions, like feeling very, very threatened by these conditions, the environmental conditions. Let's just keep going. Jupiter over here in Libra itself is very nice on its own, but it's in such conflicted angles with the rest of it. You can't avoid it. You're going to feel relationship dynamics that are very, very, let's say, expanded. Like whatever's not going that well, you're going to really become aware of that. And whatever's going well, you're going to become very aware of that. Late in the month, we are going to have a bit of a harsh thing with Mars square Uranus. That's harsh. That's potentially, you know, conflict. That's potential sparks, physical, verbal, uh, being outspoken, like hair trigger behavior, wanting to be your true self, but feeling challenged by other people's feelings and emotions, like, God, get out of the way, just let me live my life type of energy. Towards the end of the month, and actually through it right now, there's a lot of sort of very deep, subtle Pisces energy stuff going on. I should put it in there. Oh, it's over here. Chiron retrograde, Neptune retrograde, and what's happening is that this is a really, really good opportunity if you have like the stability, the emotional stability, the mental stability, and the willpower and the drive to find a harmonious balance point between these radically opposing energies here. That brings illumination to what needs healing, because it's guaranteed whatever conflicts are happening here between you and significant others, and no matter how inspired you might feel with this energy, whatever is not wrong, whatever is unhealthy, is going to be exposed. In other words, wherever you might feel pain and suffering or fear or anguish or loss or depression or sadness or all of that, those are very powerful indicators that those areas need attention. Okay? The pain is revealing where there is suffering, which means where healing is needed. So please understand that. Even though it's very deep and very subtle, it's going on right now. So please treat all of these energies as a chance to heal and evolve and grow, okay? I'm trying to God, I don't want to sound all preachy and pushy, but I got to tell you, this Mars and Capricorn, Mars and Cancer energy is really, it's not riding well. Just to let you know, just as a little bit of background, you see this little chart here? We're just doing this right now. And this is going to ride through, this is going to play out over the rest of the month until we reach the Leo new moon. Oops, I should have said something about that. Because right at the end of the month, we got the Leo new moon. The energy is going to feel very, very, very different around the Leo new moon. It's going to really, really light up the North Node. It's going to be a very buoyant, let's say, exciting, fun time for everybody as we move out of the Cancerian energy. But if you look at this doodle here, okay, this is ASTROBABBLE, our little show, or what we do here, and you see this little chart, okay? Now, can you see the similarities between that chart, okay, and that was a couple weeks ago with the new moon, and then look at this. You see this one? Similarity here. This is from May. This tells you how important some of these big, significant, sacred geometric patterns are working. Right now, with the full moon, it's going to be more like this, okay? And also, this one. See this pattern here? This big, fat fire trine? That's been going on since May, okay? And look at this. It's still here right now. So this is very deep, long-term, very supportive energy. So it's very important you take advantage of this. Read it, feel it, and run with it, especially regarding your North Node evolution, okay? These patterns will change by the end of the year. There's going to be huge changes at the end of the year, but it's too early to talk about that. So anyway, there you go. There's a little bit of ASTROBABBLE for you. I hope this helps. I'm just going to set it there for you. You can have a look, and you know, if you have any questions or whatever, you can actually go to terralumination.com. Okay, that might help you. Also, I'm going to put the linky things at the end of this video to urge you to watch the Leo North Node video and the rest of the July general reports and the love and relationship reports to see if that all makes sense. Now you can see it from the astrology point of view. Remember, Terra Lumination is not an astrology channel, but for whatever reason, people separate their readings according to the astrological delineations, which are here, okay? And that's just, I guess, a convention or a convenience, because when we do private readings for Terra Lumination, none of this matters. We just tap into raw energy, okay? So it doesn't matter about your star sign, your sun sign, your square this, your opposing that, your quincunx, whatever. So it doesn't matter. But The reason we do the ASTROBABBLE is so that for the folks who are very curious and interested in the astrology, you can see how the astrology does connect to your readings and your reports, okay? All right, thank you so much for listening. I hope I didn't sound too serious and overly cautious or pessimistic. This is supposed to be fun, okay? So let's have fun, all right? God, Jesus, seriously, man. Thank you for watching. Sorry, I'm trying to be polite now. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Bye.